Time for more action in the shop. We've got the Corvette on the jacks because our whole time of owning this car, we've had overheating issues intermittently.
Every month or so, every other month, it'll cause problems. Happened to us out in California, got home, and I discovered that the pigtail that plugs into the fan brain computer thing was totally melted and messed up. So I repinned it. Everything seemed good for about 2 months. I was driving it about 2 weeks ago and it overheated again. And so we're frustrated. We know we got a leak in the radiator. And so we went to Summit, got a radiator that's got the fans built on it. And I crawled into the car just a minute ago, and that little plug that goes into the ECM thing, one side is broken off and it kind of wiggled loose. So what we're gonna do is put the radiator in, the fans in, and then we're gonna zip tie that up in there. My connections were still good. Zip tied up in there. If it does it one more time, we're putting relays on this thing and running it straight to the ignition. We've got a sensor for it that it'll just run straight off the head. But for now, we're gonna see if that factory seal will work and just get some new stuff in here.
Little Corvette action.
Yes.
Let's do it. All right, this beautiful cold air intake is about to come off. Oh, it's just so beautiful. The RTV or epoxy on this side that we used to block up the crack in it. It's just such a custom touch. I hate to see it go, but we got a new one. I don't know if it matters, handsome, but you're right in my light. Oh.
Sorry, folks.
Do I look so much better now?
I'm a mechanic first. Cameraman, like 25th.
Probably made no difference at all, but I can see my work a little better. So in theory, that's good. Okay, one more over here. Yeah, and there's some zip ties holding it in, of course. Please hold. Kind of hard to see all these zip ties that we've got going on down here.
Don't cut the ones that hold the bumper on.
No, Aaron, we don't have any zip ties holding the bumper on. This one. Oh gosh. Okay, nice. Dirt dauber bonus. It's really stuck on there. Okay, you can stay. You know, we haven't done much on video, but judging by Aaron's knees, you can tell that we've already been working on this dang car. Well, just getting the jacks placed and everything like that, and our floors are apparently quite dirty. Wow.
Jack and jack stands, everybody.
Yes, oh yes, we've got jack stands under her. And we've got a good old cook pot to put our coolant in.
Yeah. Boiling some shrimp in it later.
Yeah, exactly. Man, just made me hungry. A good old shrimp bowl.
I don't know if I'm much of a mechanic since I've got more cooking pots than I do draining pots. This thing is not very nice.
Petcock.
Yeah, it's plastic and it's... No, I need a different kind of pliers.
Okay.
Just need some that are flat on the end.
Flat on the end. Hopefully these will be good. Most Corvettes have dirt dauber nest, right? Yeah, for sure. Aaron's got the fancy pliers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, upper radiator hose coming off.
Yep. The other side, we'll take it off at the engine and let it come up with the radiator because it's going to be easier to take it off there. I'm all about saving myself some work.
Mm-hmm.
Roll.
It's a rough life as a shop dog.
Is it tight?
It's almost there. My hose clamp's all the way down. It's just kind of tight coming off that last area. There we go.
Maybe it's not quite ready yet.
I'm like, no. Sounds like such little amounts coming out
Yeah,
of
you
it.
may just have to spill it, clean it up.
Tempted to move it underneath here. There, I got it up upright.
Cool. Now, if you'll unplug the fans, right over there, there's a plug down in there. Now that whole system should come up out of there. Set the camera down and help you.
The condenser is attached and we've got
Yep.
hoses. Are we pulling the condenser up out of those little channels and leaving it in?
Yeah, it comes up and goes forward.
So that.
And this should all come back.
A little bit more down here, right?
Yeah, under that big plug.
Ah.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm going to need to take a break now.
Okay. I don't know how long it's going to drain like this.
You can close it if you want.
Oh. It's not in there anymore.
Look, came out.
It's just a hole.
Well, it comes out the front. The screw
Oh.
part on the front.
Gotcha. I didn't see that.
All right.
All right. Oh, beep, pop. Oh, beep, beep, pop. Okay. Nice. Okay, y'all, we decided to put our two radiators side by side, and it is a pretty insane difference. When we were posting online about having overheating issues on our car, we had a whole bunch of Corvette people say that we needed a DeWitts unit, and that is what we got. So it is pretty wild to see the difference. Like, this is so much thicker. So that's gotta make a huge difference. And it's got dual fans instead of one single fan. And I like how they're more low profile. So it's gonna clean up the engine bay a lot too. So I think this is gonna be rad. What do you think, Aaron?
I think it looks pretty freaking awesome. It's a work of art.
Yeah, it really is beautiful. It really is beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
It's got the notches for our condenser too, and that's really nice. I'm ready to swing this bad boy in.
Yeah, I mean, this old unit, that's got 100,000 miles on it. We know the car's been in a wreck. Don't know what it's been through. I do know that radiator's leaking somewhere because there's always drips underneath it.
It's an upgrade for that alone, but I think the
Absolutely.
performance should be better.
Oh, for sure. I mean, DeWitt is that's a racing radiator, and we have a stock engine, so it should keep it cool.
High performance cooling, that's about all she's got.
Right.
But her cooling is lacking, so high performance cooling is needed. Let's do it.
Before we put that radiator in, I want to show you guys what we have going on here. You know vets, you know this, that's your controller. These two butt connectors are because I had to cut this and put new pins inside here, new contacts. So what was happening is it was pushed in like this, but you can see those sides are not all the way in. And if you're just under the car, like it just won't go. So I discovered this morning if I push out on those, they both click in, and that's going to hold it in. So that may have been our problem the whole time. It may have come out just enough to break connection. You see how it dropped on that side when I did that.
That is hard to click in.
It is, especially when I'm trying not to block the camera. Come on, baby. There. That holds it in place. They suggest we use this and we just splice these two wires into the new fans. They have those fans ran together. But I see here another problem. I don't know what's going on here. So I got to unwrap that and figure out, that feels like butt connectors right there. So maybe whoever did this past, maybe this is not making a good connection, so it's not telling the box what to do. I don't know. But I'm gonna dig into all this, and if it looks like it makes sense to me and like it'll work, we're gonna put it back the way the factory had it. And if it gives me one more problem, it's just getting relays on it, because I'm done messing with it. Okay, what are we looking at?
It looks melted
They
together.
are melted together. They just solder that and then put a thing on it? It's not tight. Nope, that one's moving. Okay, we'll be fixing that too. Probably what happened is this end burned up and they replaced it. That's pretty common as well.
I jumped the gun by carrying this over to the car. we have to switch the computer over to this little bracket on the fans. So Aaron's already pulled it off of the stock shroud.
Gotcha.
And it comes with hardware and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Thank you for putting nut certs on it, so I don't have to try to get my sausage fingers back behind there. They don't bend quite as easy as they once did. We're not going to wire these until we get it down in there. There's plenty of room to move. That's great.
I know, I'm a little bit protective of it.
Should be. Cost more than Zen did when I bought it.
Yeah, it did. Okay, little condenser. I'm having trouble seeing where the channel is. There, is that it? No. Yes? Maybe. Oh, boy. It's caught on the condenser. All right. There.
There she is. This condenser's been up from being in a wreck. Okay, this side went down.
I feel as though it is caught on something down there.
Yeah. I don't want to put a cold air intake over the top of it.
Right?
That is beautiful.
It truly is. It's weird. Push down on it. It's like hung up on something somewhere. I know it's bent, but
And this hose is stiff.
definitely bows in. But it doesn't touch the fins, so.
Let's see what's sitting on the bottom. Let's see it hit anything. Maybe that bottom hose has been up a little bit.
It wouldn't fully surprise me. Okay, that's it.
We're switching over to conventional style clamps. And it's not because I think that's the right thing to do. It's definitely not. Those spring clamps are so much better. It's because the radiator, the neck on it is just a tiny bit different. And so my spring clamps wouldn't go big enough to get the hose over this. Now I know something. I need to order a bunch of those clamps, keep them on the shelf. But today it's getting that.
Aaron is getting the new cold air all out and studying it, and I'm going to get this radiator hose installed.
Is it tight on that one too?
Well, it looked as though the side that goes into the radiator is a smaller end of the hose, and the side that goes onto the water neck is bigger.
Yes, that's true.
So initially I was trying to put the big side slip really easily onto the radiator, and I was like, is that correct? And I did not think that it was. So I switched it over. And that's definitely making me work for it to get it on the radiator. That's why I think sockets are so nice. Because I'm clumsy with the flathead. Okay, nice.
Got your little guy right there. There you go. You're allowed to use my good pliers.
I am.
Yeah.
Dang, thanks, babe. All right, Aaron just got this little bracket on here that goes across the, I guess that would be considered the core support. And that's where the cold air bolts onto. So now we can swing that cold air up and get it. Thanks for lighting my shot, sir.
Yep.
And get that cold air installed. Then we can add some coolant to it.
Yeah. So that bar, originally, whatever bracket went there, would have had rubber grommets on it. We didn't have the rubber grommet, so I just took the bolts out, put washers on it, and bolted it straight to the core support. So looks like it's gonna work just fine to me.
All right, I'm gonna toss this map sensor back on. The throttle body. Get it all ready for Aaron to bring the new cold air over.
Here's the next piece. I'm gonna start bolting that up down there.
Okay, I like it. Make all of our clamps go the same way.
I may have to get this on first.
Okay.
I may have to reach up from the bottom and put put that in place.
Oh, that looks carbon fibery.
Yes.
It actually is carbon fiber.
Yeah.
That's cool. K&N Carbon Fiber Edition. I sniffed it, I don't know why.
You can move one of your hands.
Yep, I see it. Yeah, I think that's going in.
There it is. We'll leave it loose until we get the hoses on. Mm-hmm. No more zip ties. Done with that life.
At least on the cold air.
All right. Turn it around.
It says K&N like this. So weird, the K&N's upside down. Okay. Maybe it's because you look at it from the top. Oops.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've got these clamps backwards if you want them all to go the same way.
Oh, it's okay on that side. I just had these two facing up on this side.
All right. You can go for it.
Yeah. One down there. Okay, that's in.
And that is it.
Heck yeah.
All right. I'm going to get underneath there and tighten it.
Love it. That looks good. And I like how it sits taller and we can still see the DeWitts on top of the cooler. On top of the cooler, on top of the radiator. Oh.
Maybe a cooler for too long.
Oh.
Intercooler.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
I don't know if that's the best one they make, but it's a very simple system.
Beautiful.
I like that about it.
Puts the rad in radiator. Cool.
Just got that. And this guy over here, I think.
This looks really good in here. I think it was just a little bit lower. There.
Oh, cool.
I got it. Cool. Yeah, y'all, that looks really nice. And it's super sturdy. Heck yeah. And we can still see DeWitts underneath there. So nice. Loving it. Well, since the radiator is in and the cold air is in and we need coolant, we are going to go grab that and see y'all tomorrow because it's time to check out for the day. It's Saturday and we want to enjoy a little bit of this day doing nothing. So
Yeah.
we'll see y'all tomorrow. Good morning. We just left O'Reilly. I'm resisting singing the song. A little early for me to try to sing. Not that in the afternoon my singing voice gets any better, but everybody now. Oh, oh, oh. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Ow! Okay, let's pour some coolant in this thing. I got the 50-50 lazy stuff that's pre-mixed where I don't have to figure out ratios. Really good. Coolant on the wrap. Awesome. You know, this wrap's kind of taken a beating. And it's kind of nice because we like it, but we really want to paint it. So when it peels up in areas or gets scratched or whatever, we're not like super upset about it, which is convenient. Because we really like to use our cars. We don't like having garage queens that we're scared to drive, so yeah. I think the reservoir might be full now. I need to run it and get some air out. All right, before we run the car, we actually want to change the oil because she's gotten hot a handful of times. That tends to break the oil down, so we want to get some fresh oil in her and a new filter. We haven't changed it since we did power to her, so she's seen a lot of miles. Let's drain the oil.
Oh, that light's in your bucket.
Yeah. Oh, it's in my bucket?
Yeah.
That is not a good plan. Because the oil is going to come shooting out this way, so I'm going to angle the bucket to keep it from going in my face. Holding my plug there in the hole just to kind of try and keep it from making a giant mess. How am I doing? Pretty good. Yeah. Cool.
Will she drop it?
That is the question. She didn't drop it.
Nice.
Wow. She's only mildly oily. It's not in my armpit yet. Wow. It's kind of a posh oil change so far.
Yeah, you can get to lay down and do it.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Guess we'll let her drain a little bit.
Yeah. Wipe my hands off. Put the new filter on. Okay. My O-ring is oiled. And the new filter's going up. Nice and snug. Plug going back in. Okie dokie, huh? Let's put some fresh oil in it. Alrighty, we just took the jack stands out. Time to lower her back down. Okie dokie. It's time to prep our oil situation. We have a box of oil, which boxed oil is a pretty neat alternative to buying a bunch of quarts and or one big jug, because once I use all this oil, I can break this box down and then, if I so choose, recycle that and the plastic bag inside. But one of the coolest things about it for us is there's 2 oil changes per box. So it's pretty convenient to just have one box here and then be able to fill this up to the desired amount, which this car takes 5.5 quarts. So I'm able to just fill it up to my mark right there and just dump it all in the car, and I don't have to have a bunch of bottles. So this Syntec oil is sold at O'Reilly, which y'all know. O'Reilly fan, love it. It's got a little tab here to keep this thing from opening on its own. You just break it. Pop it over to the side. The little tab just bends. Cool. Okay, we're making our way. And half. Sweet. All right, valve is shut. Stuff it back in the box for the next oil change. Cool, man. Dump it in. No funnel needed. It's kind of nice. This goes so much faster than having to switch out quart bottles. So nice. Okie dokie. Pull that stick out real quick. And there we are. Beautiful. It's right there. Right at operating range. I was holding that sneeze back so hard.
These doors open, ready to fire her up. That's how you know we love you. It's 100 degrees outside and we're opening the doors. Be looking at the oil pressure. Already got it. Now we'll just let her warm up, see if those fans kick on.
You wanna go? You wanna go? You ready? Well, go ahead, get in. No leaks. No new drips. Can't see any. Fans have kicked on. Go check and see. What's our temp?
Temp is 180 right now. We just got a low coolant light, so I guess the thermostat opened and it's circulating now.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
All right, let's add a little more. Maybe air in the lines too, like
oh, for sure.
Air in the system. We need to burp out.
Yep.
It is topped off.
All right, back up.
Okay, let me do it. 196. 198. 199. You know, I don't really remember what temp it likes to run at. It seems like it's like a little over 200, like 205 or 210 is where it seems to like want to run. 201. Do you think we want to see if there's some air in the system at all? I mean, it's sitting at 196 right now. 198. 196.
Seems like it's working.
Yeah?
We'll just run it and see if it creeps up on us, then we'll start adding coolant.
Yeah. Seeing if there's air in there somewhere.
Yeah, we know these LSs like to trap air.
Like to be burped. 196, just sitting there right now. We've got the AC going too, guys. Turn it all the way up. That feels good. 197, 198. I know that doesn't make a difference really, but sitting at 198 right now.
I believe the thermostat is a 187 on this car, maybe.
Okay.
That's not too bad.
199, 201, 203. Okay, we ran the car and it was sitting at around between 208 and 210 when we let it run the longest. So we shut it off and did some research, and it looks like these cars like to run between like 200 and 225. So we really shouldn't be stressing out about it running at 210. Those fans were on. We know that radiator is going to move a whole lot more water than the factory one. But we're going to check for any air pockets right now. So Aaron's ready to pull that little steam port hose off that comes out of the head to make sure we don't have any air in the system that's going to surprise us later. But overall, it looks like it's working out.
Well, that's never been taken off before.
Need some pliers? Oh, you got it.
Okay, well, we've got coolant running out of the steam port, and I see bubbles coming out.
Oh.
Put a little more coolant in it.
I wish I had the pan underneath it to catch that coolant.
Yeah. You've already spilled so much, I'm not worried about it now.
Oh. That's exciting.
Now we got steady.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it. Oh, it's hot. Nice and toasty.
Okay, so.
Cool. Well, I bet there was a little bit of air in there that could have surprised us later down the road.
Yeah, we saw it in there.
Yeah, that's awesome. And we had checked that on the road before when we were having issues with this. We had checked to see if there were air pockets.
Can't remember, did we?
Yeah, we had. Because we knew that was a problem with Roxy when we had done engine work on her. But there was definitely some air in there from this action.
Uh-huh.
Cool. He's putting the rest of that can of coolant in the car. Just in case we need it.
Anytime I go in the cooling system, I carry some coolant with me because I know how bad of a mechanic I am.
Alrighty, y'all. Thankfully, we've got work done on the Corvette, and she'll be back in rotation. We've been missing her. And fingers crossed that it doesn't try and overheat on us now that we've got good parts in there. And yeah, I bet it'll be good.
I think it'll be fine.
As always, we appreciate y'all's support. If you want to go online and grab merch, the link will be in the description of the video. As always, we appreciate the support. It means a whole bunch to us. And if you aren't subscribed, go ahead and do that. We recently hit 300,000 subs, and that was a big deal for us. Next year will be 10 years since we started the channel, and it's been slow and steady progress. So we're very, very grateful for each of you that watch and subscribe and comment, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Yes, 1,000,000 subs when I'm 50.